welcome to Sin and Gin podcast. I remembered to do Wassup Weenies this time. You are joined here with Victor Garsley.
I am the Crow Boy.
I am Mr. Graves.
And I am Frankengene.
And you are joined here on Sin and Gin podcast, the podcast where we play games, we tell facts, we tell you the latest news stories. We are four silly boys, and we usually have a poo before we do an epised.
Yes, that is true.
I always panic at that bit. Like, shit, I never actually thought of anything. What do we do?
The thing is that the more we do these episodes, the more prep we tend to do, and the fact that you haven't considered that in your prep, it disappoints me, Matthew.
I mean, I'm fine. I went earlier. I'm all right.
Well, off topic. Does anyone remember ratemypoo.com?
Oh yeah. It was a difficult wank, but I managed it.
No.
Do you not remember that?
I remember ratemypoo.com.
Yeah, I mean, it used to literally be you'd scroll through pictures and like everyone there would have a rating out of 10. You got to admit, like
those early days of broadband brought some wonderful things from the internet, such as do you remember Meat Spin?
No, wait. Go back to ratemypoo.com.
Oh yeah, what about it?
So to rate a poo out of 10, what is the criteria?
I think it's if you like it or not.
Yeah, if you like it or not, pretty much.
It's like a horse did a shit.
Yeah, it was.
That's a 10.
One of those ones that I visited regularly. There was also, I think, what was it, hotornot.com.
I remember Hot or Not. I remember Hot or Not, which would not be allowed in 2020. Let's face it.
I'll get so offended.
But let's not go into that. Anyway, I've also noticed if you're watching the video, which always goes up later than the audio, but it does go up, and that's what's important. We're on a varying types of webcams. We've got Ash's in the 90s, I think. I'm in Eternal Green room. Everything's tinted kind of emerald. Dave's just in the fucking dark. I don't know what's going on with Dave. And Matt, you've employed some kind of fisheye effect. It looks like you're in a 90s music video.
You look like you're about to bust a rap.
Wait, come close to the camera.
Come closer.
Definitely.
So
insane.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's literally no settings on my camera that's not made it fisheye lens. But yeah, that's what I'm going for. I've gone for 90s, 2000s rap video Matt today. That's my look.
Rap video Matt.
Well,
that's your stage name, Rap Video Matt.
No, Matt, you've got a rap name, haven't you?
I can't remember it.
I can't remember. Mine was Little Tugboat.
Yours was Little Tugboat.
Steamboat Willie.
I'll come back to you with what my rap is.
Well, in the meantime,
Funky Gibbons.
Or listeners, if you can think of rap names for us, please send it into sinandgympodcast@gmail.com.
Talking of sinandgympodcast@gmail.com, what we got on the show today?
We have Count Factula. Yeah, we got Count Factula. We got shit news. We've got a game called Do We Believe This Crazy News, or has Victor made us do a lose? And we've got the Blank-O-Mattic. How's everyone been this week? Joe, how have you been?
I've been all right. During to the incident part 2, none of us are really doing much.
No,
but one thing is I'm getting slowly used to my blonde hair.
I'm liking it now.
I'm not freaked out now that I look in the mirror. I've gone from looking like Swedish pedo to looking like a Russian villain in a cyberpunk film.
Yeah, I like it. It does really suit you now.
Yeah, maybe this is just my thing. Maybe I'm just gonna have to be blonde forever.
I think.
Blonde when you were younger.
No, well, I was blonde when I was like a literal child when I came out.
A literal, not a figurative. A literal.
Yeah, well, if you ever want me to do your roots, I'm more than happy to.
Well, I'll book you in, babes.
Look how Dave ended up. Be careful.
But apart from that, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I've just been enjoying the life of a Viking boy. But I did This is Beyond Count Factula. Welcome to Beyond Count Factula. But I was looking into Vikings. I didn't know much
No,
about
not yet. It's not yet. Go away.
How do you call?
Because obviously you see like lots of sexy programs with Vikings and they've all got all the sexy blonde men, etc. But the men were cleaner than your average European. They took a lot of baths in hot springs. And if they were brunette, it was favourable to dye your hair blonde. So I'm not saying I'm a Viking, but...
You're not a Viking?
I'm not a Viking.
Did they use like piss for dye or something?
Yeah, they used like lye and piss, and when you mix all that shit together, it made you blonde. So
But wasn't it also like when they came over to England, like the English women loved them because they were more well kept and groomed?
well, in their settlements, they found tweezers, razors, like trimmer, like combs, etc. The average English man at that time was a smelly, drunken mess. So these sexy. No
Hey,
wonder.
that's me now.
No wonder. No
Wait
wonder.
a minute.
No wonder they got into crept into our language and our gene pool. They came over being all sexy. So, but yeah, that's what I've done this week. I've sat on my bum and played video games
And research Vikings.
and researched Vikings. What have you done, Matt?
I've actually been pretty busy at work. I've had a fairly eventless week, but what I did do, as
You and
something
everyone else.
really excited, guys. Just so you know, I have progress on my EWS1 form.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so that's sorting out.
I love it when you talk about forms.
Forms or
It pisses me
insurance.
off.
Yeah,
But I did buy. I went to Sainsbury's and spent £11 on a beef brisket. It's amazing how much of that I can fit out my arse.
all right.
That went in a completely different direction.
No, so I'm missing like barbecue. I love barbecue restaurants, so I'm gonna do a homemade barbecue beef brisket tomorrow, slow cooked for 10 hours
Oh, right.
For yourself
Yeah.
to shove up my arse.
to shove up your. It's
Gobble it up in one go.
Push it
It's
up.
easier once it's been cooking for 10 hours.
Yeah, thumb it right in like a
then
sleeping
shit out
bag.
your
You
mouth.
Shove it up there, or do you give it a little while to cool down, or are you just like all for the bird?
got to let the juices marinate, mate.
Oh, sorry, and then you shove it up your
And then you
arse.
shove it.
Dave doesn't know because he's a vegan. He's shoving
vegan,
he's jacking jackfruit up his ass.
The whole jackfruit just goes up my arse.
Jack in the jackfruit.
So, Dave, how's your week?
Apart from shoving jackfruit up your ass.
Jackfruit up my. As everyone else, mate, it's been one of those weeks where I've done nothing, but I've actually been like Joe playing Call of Duty, and I've just been shooting millions upon millions of zombies.
Oh,
Pew,
cute.
pew, pew, pew.
And
It's a lot of zombies.
Ash.
I've had a pretty standard week as well. Done a lot of walking and
Enjoying
and
up
played
north,
I've been very
eating
enjoying
lots
up
of
north.
babies' heads.
Oh, I didn't say. I
Pretty
don't think I said last week. I tried haggis for the first time.
Yeah.
That was
You're not that
good.
far north.
No, it was really good. I was really surprised. I wasn't expecting it,
Oh
but
God,
yeah.
he's becoming one of them.
Oh, there he is.
Up north,
Yeah.
join Miss Gran.
Got a flat cap on, and
Yeah, but I am.
He
We'll get you. We'll get you a corn cob. We'll get you a corn cob pipe.
So, guys, we actually had a message come in our emails at synergypodcast@gmail.com from Dot Sconaldson,
Oh, Dot Sconaldson.
Sconaldson.
who asked, is there any music that manages to provoke a physical reaction? Me, 2 songs. One by the band Live. So, Lightning Crashes. It gets chilly shivers every time. And if I'm feeling low, Victor and the Bullies' Am I always brings me back up.
Oh,
So
really? It's quite a morose song.
it's crap.
Yeah. I hate it.
So is there any songs that make you like, yeah, come on?
Yeah. I suppose there's different courses for horses, as they say.
Yeah. It
For
depends
me-
on your mood, doesn't it?
Yeah, for me, if I'm a bit down or something, the song, and Dave can relate to this because he's the only one that's going to have heard it, but there's a song called Hurricane by Thrice, and it's just it's a power wash of emotion when the chorus comes in, and it gets me every time, no matter how many times I listen to that song. And then Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit makes me want to break stuff.
Oh, yeah. Dave?
I've got pretty similar to Joe. I've got like 2 tracks that I know, that one that build me up if I've had a shit one, which is In Mazes by a band called Vola. There's like a vocal harmony near the end that every time I hear it, just always captures the right moment. And then a song called Swarm by Meshuggah, which is a song that just, if you hear it, it just makes you want to go kill things and destroy
I think
the world.
what you meant to say was Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit.
I'll break stuff by Limp Bizkit.
And Ash?
For a song that just puts a smile on my face and makes me do the old lemon face, Karate by Baby Metal. And then, the one that really puts a smile on my face and just makes me feel good is
Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, after Poet and the Pendulum by Nightwish.
Yeah.
And then the one song that really grinds my gears and I hate it every time I hear it is that is it Apologize, the one that was like Timberland or whatever.
Oh, it's too late to apologize.
Oh yeah, that's
God,
awful.
I hate it.
It's too late.
I like it because it had the little noises by Timberland.
So-
It wasn't Timberland, was it? What was his name?
What about you, Matt?
So for me, it's Bed and Breakfast, but Bed and Breakfast Man by Madness.
Thought it'd be a fucking madness song.
So I love Madness, but so when I went to Nashville by myself, I had this really nice hotel room. I got on, I put YouTube on, and I had a can of beer, and I just stuck on Bed and Breakfast Man, and there I was in Nashville listening to a bit of Madness, and it just took me home. It just took me to London. Like there was a man I know, and probably Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. So should we bring on Count Factula? Oh,
let him out of his.
Finally, don't get lippy.
At the slow cooker.
Yeah.
All right,
Big brisket in there.
Count Factula.
Hey, wait. Count Factula, what's your favourite song?
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Trapdoor.
Spooky, scary skeletons. They shivers down your spine. Oh.
Thanks.
From those crazy people at Juicy Crew, now comes Mr. Gray's Gravy Granules. They're delicious, they're nutritious, and they taste just like bloody chicken. Oh, that's scrummy, yummy, yummy. I love chicken, I do. Mr. Gray's Gravy Granules are made from 100% British human. They're bloody fantastic, they are. If you haven't had them before, I highly recommend you go down to shops now and get yourself some, because they are bloody yummy. The granules, the gravy, you put some water in it, it's a bit gravy, and then you have to go! Mr. Gray's Gravy Granules, fantastic on food.
I've got facts for you, you've got facts for me. Well, here comes Count Factula to train you with his facts.
I am Count Factula, and I bloody love a ruddy good fact. I'm from England today. Goodbye.
I'm not.
I can't help but you panicked and thought of that on the spot.
I did, yeah. I went. I meant to do a kind of typical voice for it, and my brain just all of a sudden went, "Oh no, I'm going here today now."
That's incredible.
On that note, yeah, it was. Well, welcome everybody to Count Factula, where all four of us here will read off a fact that we've probably researched in the most minuscule amount of time and be in awe at said fact, I suppose. I'm going to say Matt first.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
So, do you guys like food?
I love food.
Do you guys like France in 1772?
I do.
Was it my favourite year?
So, a French peasant boy known today as Tarrere was born near Lyon, France in 72.
Wait. Are you going to do the story of Ratatouille?
So, basically, there's this guy called Tarrere who may have eaten a baby.
Oh,
may have, allegedly.
Yeah. So,
he won't sue you, Matt. It's all right. He's dead.
Yeah, so from an early age, he was insatiably hungry and cried for food, even if he'd just finished a meal. At age 17, the gluttonous yet emaciated Tarrere snuck into village barns to eat the livestock's feed. He had an unusually large mouth, was sweating, and emitted a putrid stench. Oh. So basically, this Tarrere was just obsessed. He was constantly hungry. Constantly. Tarrere's parents kicked him out and found him in Paris just before the French Revolution. He parlayed his uncontrollable hunger into a career, eating strange things for gathering crowds. He ate all types of unpalatable objects, including live animals and even large stones. But of course, when the French Revolution began, Tarrere became a soldier, and he became chronically ill from compulsively eating stray cats and non-food items.
Compulsively eating stray cats.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
Just got a tail hanging out of his
he was
mouth.
literally eating everything. Field Hospital reluctantly fed him quadruple rations.
How did this guy live? Like in the 18th century?
So until this general saw him and used him for a unique opportunity, he approached him about being a spy, delivering military secrets within his stomach. He agreed and ingested a wooden box containing a note for an imprisoned French colonel. Tarrere crossed Prussian lines and within 30 hours was captured, having betrayed France and was savagely beaten. But basically, the Prussians dumped Tarrere close to French lines and he returned to the military hospital where he resorted to drinking stored blood and nibbled on the dead residing in the morgue.
Jesus Christ.
He was suspected of eating a toddler. And when he never outright denied it, the hospital chased him out.
I love that. I mean, can you imagine? Did you eat a baby? I mean,
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
Tarrere died horribly around the age of 27. His autopsy revealed festering intestines and an entire body that was putrefied and filled with pus. His digestive system freakishly mutated, his stomach beginning at the back of his throat and continuing all the way down. Both the lungs and hearts were displaced. The sickening smell emanating from Tarrere's innards too strong for the pathologist, and the autopsy was cut short. We can only speculate what was wrong with one of the world's weirdest people.
Jesus.
So that is Tarrere.
I mean, do you know that bit where he was eating everything? It reminded me of that. There was that guy in like the early 20th century. Didn't he eat a small light aircraft over the space of like?
Yeah, that was one of our facts from Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he ate like a small light aircraft. But this guy's took it to a whole nother level. He was the OG.
I know. And talking of facts from Scott,
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
we have a fact from Scott Donaldson.
Mhm.
So Gary Hoy,
Lineker.
a lawyer in Toronto, fell to his death on the 24th floor of the Toronto Dominion Centre while demonstrating to a group of visitors that its windows were unbreakable. He threw himself against one, which did not break, but popped out of its frame.
Yeah. He won a. Well, I say he won. That was on the list of Darwin Awards.
Yeah.
I remember I had a little book of them when I was younger, which is a really morbid thing to have. But
So, yeah.
Who had the what are those things that you like lean on to make them move?
a rocking
They're like
horse.
upright. No, they're like an upright thing with two wheels at the base, and you kind of like lean and angle yourself on it, and it kind of moves forward. They get like they're like a tourist thing.
What, in playgrounds?
No, you have.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
They're all on the streets, but he invented
like
like an off-terrain one of those sort of thing, and to show it off, he was on a hill and he went over the edge of the cliff on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good way to
So
demonstrate.
who's next? Ash?
Let's go with Mr. Grave Dave.
Mr. Grave Dave.
Do you guys
Great
all remember
Dave.
when you were younger? I certainly do, from both my parents and my grandparents being told to eat your carrots; they'll help you see in the dark.
Yeah. Is it the same as eating your crust make your hair curly?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because I must have eaten a lot of fucking crust. Because
And-
when I get out of shower,
eating-
I look like a fucking hobo.
Although
Eating your shit makes your breath bad.
my
Oh no.
yeah, eating shit makes you
yeah.
bad.
Although my dad, having a science degree, always used to tell me that eating carrots helped because they had beta carotene in.
Yes, I mean it helps with eye health. Beta carotene, which is a form of vitamin A,
Vitamin.
will help with will help with eye health. But the actual reason why everyone believes that, like most of our grandparents will believe it, and why our parents will believe it, this has been passed along. It was World War II propaganda from the UK side, mainly because while we were fighting in World War II and stopping all the bombers coming over England, and obviously we had all the blackouts, we'd just invented what was it actually called? It was the first form of AI, which was onboard airborne interception radar. Germans knew nothing about it, and in a way of covering it up, we
Try saying that when you're drunk.
Yeah, exactly. But basically, we invented that, and no one else knew about it at the time. So to kind of cover it up and keep it underground and make it look like everything was all down to carrots, we just kept promoting the use of carrots to say that everyone had night vision and stuff like this to try and keep it under wraps. That we were actually using radar to destroy all the German aircrafts that were coming over. But that was going on for years. There was shitloads of posters, advertisements saying.
So carrots are fucking worthless, then they're pointless.
Carrots are just good for eye health. They won't just help you improve the.
Those bastards! Those lying bastards!
Lie! Old Janet's in her back garden, just takes a bite of a carrot, and then she's all like squinting, like, "I see you, Jerry, waking in my back garden. Off you fuck."
Years of eating carrots wasted.
Nothing.
Although, do you want a holus bolus fact? If there was a genuine thing to help your night vision back in the day, does everyone know why pirates wear eye patches?
When they go up and down the
up and below deck, because you can flip it up and you've preserved your night vision. So it's because they were all ex-sailors, and sailors did the same thing. It wasn't exclusively a pirate thing. Yeah.
Pirate's life for me.
Who's next?
Well, let's, I suppose, Joe might as well go next.
I hope you're all strapped in for this one.
Oh, dear
God,
Lord.
here we go.
Gone next.
Right, okay. Imagine, if you will, a dystopian future city. What's like the number one thing in like cyberpunk films when you have like a dystopian city? Like, what is one of the key features? Not neon.
A garbage can with tramps around it.
Yeah, fair. But like, what about the height of the city in particular?
Quite tall.
Quite tall and quite cramped, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, have you guys ever heard of, and I'm going to say the name of this wrong, Kowloon in Hong Kong? Kowloon City.
No.
This is a strange anomaly of human creation. So I'm going to set the scene a little bit. So obviously Hong Kong, hotly disputed between the British Empire at the time and the Chinese, it being connected to China and all. But let's not go into the politics of it. So China lost the first Opium War to Britain and gave up control of Hong Kong as part of the deal. Hong Kong was a lot smaller and didn't include a place called Kowloon, which sits just outside the borders. It was a Chinese military base from like the ancient like Qin or something dynasty, so that it was pretty important to them. But Britain took control of the area. But China basically were like, "Can I have it back, please? Because it's valuable to our history." So the British were like, "Yeah, you can have it." Signed it in a contract, and then 1 year later stormed it and went, "Actually, I want it back." So there was a lot of back and forth over this edge of Hong Kong territory for this.
Typical British,
just want it all. But skipping forward, that was like 1842. Let's skip forward to 1947. The war's ended. Britain's on its knees a bit from the war. China's in civil war. Thousands of people took to this place for refuge because they were worried about how the socialist regime of China was going to affect them. And basically, the Chinese police force came there and were like, "You need to all get out of here because you can't all be here." 2,000 angry peasants with rocks in their hands basically kicked them out. And that's the beginning of Kowloon kind of city. Basically, by this point, 13,000 people, by the 50s, 13,000 people lived there. A fire ripped through the place. So they built it up from the ground. Yeah. And this is where it starts to get weird.
In the bath.
So I would suggest after this, everyone Google what Kowloon City looked like, because it's the size of 4 football pitches, basically. It's not big at all. And it had, at the point it got disbanded in 1994, 33,000 official people lived there, but actually it was probably closer to 50,000. So like I said, area was made up 4 football pitches and alleyways about 1 meter across.
Oh my God, I've just seen a picture of it. It looks crazy. It literally looks like cyberpunk.
Yeah. So it basically had, all the houses were homemade by the people that lived there. They were 14 stories high, with no foundations or any proper tools to make them. And the reason they were only 14 floors high was because it was 800 meters away from the airport. So any higher, the planes would have literally taken the top off of their apartments. Each apartment was about 10 meters square, which is the average size of a bedroom, but usually would have 3 families living in each one.
Bloody hell.
You could walk from the top to the bottom of this place without ever touching the floor. That's how close together all these things were. And then, so the interesting thing was like what went on inside this, because this was known as a bit of a lawless place. Hong Kong, very much a place of law and order. This place was where you went if you were wanted to get away, start a new life away from law, or I think there was a massive stock market collapse in the 70s in Hong Kong. So a lot of people found a new life there. So you either did your business on the street, kind of selling nicks and knacks on these little alleyways or out of your flats in the corridors of the buildings. There was a lot of illegal, unlicensed trade there. So if you wanted to be a dentist and you couldn't be bothered to qualify for a dentist degree, go there, start pulling teeth out. So there were slaughterhouses, all kinds of things.
Oh my God.
But the interesting thing was
Room 39.
Room 39. But it was said that the food there was so good and cheap. Like you could get the best noodles in Asia there for like the equivalent of 2 cents, American cents.
Oh, yeah.
So people would come from all over to just get some noodles from this place. Another interesting thing was there were no police there. The Hong Kong police wouldn't touch it because it was lawless. So it was run by the triads. Now, it's interesting when we think of the triads, we think of the bad guys in the movies, but actually they organized waste collection. They set up a fire department and they paid elderly pensions, the triads.
Wow.
They also took part in a large part of drugs, gambling and prostitution, but they had to get something out of it. You know, I say
ticket to
tit for tat,
Kowloon City.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as much but this place was batshit crazy, but it got torn down in 1994. So there was basically in the 80s, Hong Kong, China and Britain got together and went, we can't have this lawlessness about, we might be fighting over this, but what is going on here is just madness.
This is a mess.
So basically they evicted everyone over, they paid out the equivalent of $350 million in kind of settlements to people that lived there, went, just fuck off. And then they tore it down.
And they just written on a post-it note.
And they made a really beautiful park in its place. But what the cool thing is, if you walk into the park, there's a little kind of model, a metal model of what the city looked like, that crazy thing you just Googled in the front of the park, which is kind of cool. So yeah, that's Kowloon Madness City.
Kowloon Madness City.
Yeah.
And Ash, what's your fact?
Right, okay. So I was saw a little meme thing that popped up the other day, and when you look, I've done this before with one of my facts. Like sort of, it's like, that's a bit bullshit, and it turns out that is actually a thing. So apparently, in 13th century Europe, there was a way to settle marital disputes, and it actually was pretty much a fight to the death. So what would happen is a woman and a man. A woman would be armed with basically the equivalent of 3 rocks, and the man would be armed with 3 clubs. But because of obviously the advantage that men have due to their size difference, the man had to be in a hole that was dug into the ground up to the waist.
Oh, I think
yeah. And basically, the rules were that the woman had free reign around the hole, and the man had his 3 clubs. If he touched the side with his hands or his arms, he would lose a rock. No, he'd lose a club, sorry. And if the woman, bear with me 2 seconds, I'll just get the right thing, because there is basically, if she, there we go. If the woman hits him with a rock while he's disposing of one of his clubs, she would forfeit a rock. Now,
I say we play this next time we get together.
Yeah, and the funny thing is as well is that basically they would essentially fight until somebody loses, but it turns out that whoever lost, the penalty for defeat was death. And if the man lost...
Well, they can't hear anymore.
Yeah. If the man lost, he was executed. If the woman lost, she was buried alive.
Oh, what?
Yeah. And also, to make it more fair for the woman, the man had to have one hand tied behind his back as well.
Did it say what kind of marital things
I was going to say.
What warrants that?
It just to put it into here we go. It doesn't.
You didn't put the leftover bolognese in the Tupperware.
It doesn't say what it is, but there is actually a recorded, an actual recorded incident of this. So in 1228, a woman fought a man at Bern, Switzerland, and soundly defeated him. German law provided that in such a case, the man should be armed with 3 wooden clubs. He was put to...
Wait, how can you be armed with 3 wooden clubs?
Not all at once, obviously. They're there. He's got access to 3. So he was put up to the waist in a 3-foot wide hole dug in the ground with one hand tied behind his back. The woman was to be armed with 3 rocks, each weighing between 1 and 5 pounds, and each one wrapped in cloth. The man could not leave his hole, but the woman was free to run around the edge of the pit. The man touched the edge of the pit with either his hand or arm. He had to surrender one of his clubs to the judges. If the woman hit him with a rock while he was doing so, she forfeited one of her stones. And then it says,
this sounds so
complicated. Bizarre as it may seem to us today, this marital duel was very far from play acting. For both parties, the penalty for defeat was death. The woman won, the man was executed. If the man won, the woman was buried alive.
So basically, if you had a really big falling out, you basically turn to your partner and go, one of us dies tonight.
I'm guessing it was probably the alternative to divorce. I'm assuming that's...
What time period is this? Was this when divorce wasn't allowed?
13th century Europe, so it would have been before, yeah.
Yeah, that's a sad time.
So, yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just imagine coming home. Kids, I've got something to tell you. I beat your dad to death with stones.
I mean, we all have our disputes with our other halves, but this is not the way to go.
Yeah, I'd say it's a shame because, if you look it up, there is some wonderful, wonderful drawings of it as well.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
So what do we have next? We have
whatever the fuck your game was called.
Oh, the game is called Do We Believe This Crazy News, or Has Victim Made Us Do a Lose?
I feel like the game came before the title.
It
did. Cool. Well, let's do that then, you boys.
Hello there, listeners. It is I, Count Factula, your favorite fact-giving vampire. And I'm here to talk to you about my new teabag range. Not the type of thing where you put a ball bag on a face. No, actual tea bags. Do you wake up in the morning, you're feeling sluggish? Well, now you have Vampire's tea bags. Yes, I don't know where they come from. It's just this small white thing with blood on it, and you just put it in hot water. It's delicious. It's delicious blood. I don't know where the blood comes from, but it's amazing. There's 50 of them in a bag. You'll love it. So grab Count Factula's tea bags. They're bloody great. Right, you poo-poo weenies. Obviously, we're used to all the lamestream media.
So lame.
This next game was actually inspired by our good friend Rob Beanie.
Oh, okay.
Roberto Spino.
Yes.
Roberto Carlos.
And you have to admit, Rob Beanie's body is smoking hot.
Why don't you just fuck him?
Well, I want to, but he won't let me.
He's a chiz whiz.
So, Rob, when you hear this, let me inside you.
You're sincerely.
You're sincerely.
Gym podcast.
Let me lick your ass.
So, here we are. We're going to play this game called Do We Believe This Crazy News, or Has Victim Made us Do a Lose?
Yeah, you got that wrong 3 out of 3 times so far.
All right, let me try again. Do we believe this crazy news, or has Victim made us do a lose?
Yeah, it stumbled.
It's hard to do. So basically, I have some headlines from the Daily Mail, Sun, and other such lamestream media, and I've also made up some headlines. And you have to guess whether they're news or lose.
Did you make these up, or did you use that Daily Mail generator that I saw Rob Beanie post online?
Some of them I used from the Daily Mail generator, but a lot of them came out with fairly similar answers. So I made up my own ones.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be almost impossible. I hope you know that.
So can somebody keep scores?
Yeah, I will.
Right. Are we ready?
Yep.
How a romantic candlelit dinner can give you cancer.
I'm going to say it's news.
Oh shit! I'm gonna say that's news. That sounds like a Daily Express jobby.
Dave,
Can't hear you, Dave.
News.
Yep, it is news.
Was it Daily Express?
It was Daily Mail. Most of these are Daily Mail, to be fair. Simply Bed. Mick Hucknall caught buying Horlicks and teddy bear.
That's too clever. That's too clever for you.
Yeah.
I think that's real news.
That's news.
It's loose.
Ah,
All right.
that's too clever.
Swine flu silliness. Pigs given one last good day before chop shop.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh. I'm going to say news. I'm going to say news.
I'm gonna say news as well.
Yeah, I'm going to join the club and go news.
It's loose.
It was the word silliness. I thought I've never seen silliness in a major Murdoch publication.
It was loose.
Why would they publicise one pig having a good day off out of the?
Because that's the kind of shit you get on like page 17.
Sorry, yeah, that's it.
Freddie Starr ate my hamster.
Oh,
Fuck's sake.
that's news.
Loose. I'm gonna say.
Freddie Starr ate my hamster. I'm gonna say news.
It is news.
Really?
Who said news? Me and Dave.
Yeah, you and Dave. Yeah.
Could Facebook make Cliff Richard obese?
Oh, lose. That's lose.
Lose.
Dave?
Can't hear
Can't
you.
hear.
I hear you, Dave. It's loose, yeah.
Yeah.
Margaret Thatcher's secret dildo collection.
That's lows.
Lose.
Yeah, that was obvious.
Because it works.
There is no that woman was dry as a fucking bone.
Oh,
Is there no one left in Britain who can make a sandwich?
Wait, hold on. Sorry, I just want to quickly go back quickly. You said dry as a bone. She fucked the North over.
We're not
just because you're
getting into that.
just because you're a northerner now, an honorary northerner. What is it?
Regularly fucked the North.
I think she did a lot of good actually.
Maggie Thatcher, milk snatcher. Let's not go into that.
Sorry, Matt. I just wanted to make a joke. There you go.
Right. Bloody hell. Right.
Hell.
Is there no one left in Britain who can make a sandwich?
News.
News.
Dave?
News.
Yes. Is news.
We're surprisingly good at this.
I don't know. You wasn't at the beginning. Man who made love to hamster.
I mean, that could have happened. I feel like the headline would be cleverer.
Yeah, so I'm going to say lose.
It's news.
That was the headline as well.
Yeah, Mr. Blobby sex suit gets caught in.
Lose.
Sorry.
Lose.
All right.
She came out with Mr. Blobby. It was lose from the start.
Okay, and the last one is continent old man wins Miss Teen America.
Lose.
News.
I don't know.
I'm going to say news.
I want it to be news, so yeah, I'm going to say news.
It is news.
Brilliant.
It's from The Simpsons.
Oh.
That doesn't count.
Mr. Burns wins. That's fact. That's news.
Right, well, Ash wins.
Yeah. So there was some other ones, which was Milene Klass under fire for releasing crab onto Hampstead Heath, which was news.
Wow. I accidentally walked into the back.
Invasive or something.
I walked into the back of Milene Klass once in an M&S, and she smelled heavenly.
Did she?
I remember you telling me
crabs.
about that.
She smelled like crabs. She smelled like heaven in a crab
Heaven in a
clam.
half pipe.
Sorry, just some of the made up ones I did. Morrissey shouts at pregnant dwarf in Woolworths.
I would have said news.
I
would have said news.
And Neil Buchanan kicks rabid dog to save his daughter.
That's an heart attack.
And you can't just put hair on a pig and call it a dog, Sting.
That's you made that up.
Yeah.
He said these ones
Said
made
these are
up.
some I made up.
Oh,
You need to work for a paper, Matt.
because Matt's thing is always what's the fucking one you were saying? Oh, you can't just put you can't just put things on a plate and call it food.
I feel like we should make a Sin and Chin satire news page, like with all of these. Just write an article about it,
like the Onion.
Yeah, like the Onion. Yeah.
Sorry, some of the ones that came from that generator was: have foxes burgled England? And have the French hurt the British people?
Well,
will working mothers destroy England?
Yes.
Are the Germans turning property prices gay? Will the Human Rights Act give your pets cancer? Will working mothers destroy England?
I feel like you could have just done this instead of the beginning of shit news.
Okay, so let's go on to shit news.
More news.
More news for the news.
so much news.
Oh my God.
Darling, are you
This
alright?
can't be. No.
Look away.
No.
Just look away.
Stop it.
Look away.
We can't stop it. It's happening.
Just look away.
No. Look away.
I can't stop it.
Look away. Oh my God.
I can't stop it.
Oh my God.
You're gonna have to look away.
No.
Oh my God. Darling, are you okay? Darling, please. Are you okay?
Yeah, the cat just turned around and put its bumhole in my face. Is this a frequent occurrence to you? Do you constantly have a cat's anus winking at you in the morning the moment you wake up? Well, grab the new cat butt plug. We've even got themes such as Super Ted and King Charles II of Spain. So grab the new cat butt plug from Juicy Crew.
This is the latest dispatch just received in our news.
Zin Podcast, bringing you the latest news from around the world with Victor Garsley, Crowboy, Frank and Gene, and Mr. Graves. This is Shit News.
Yeah, so shit news.
Well out of sync.
I can't see how bad that looked.
We're still going.
I nearly forgot about it.
Hey, it's Hot Lips here. Hot Lips here. We are here. You've heard some of the news already, but we're here to deliver you the hottest, steamiest, non-Murdoch backed, non-fake news. We're the real shit here. I've got all the headlines that will make you gasp. Delilah Bell Hamlin passionately kisses boyfriend in Mexico.
Disgusting.
Bastard!
I'm a Celebrity star Beverly Callard's on-screen son Simon Gregson admits he's not convinced she's a vegan.
That wanker!
Melanie, 50, enjoys a stroll with Ricardo, 23.
That cockwombo!
And, most shocking of all, Christine Lampard catches the eye in red tie-dye print leggings and a black padded jacket as she goes shopping.
Oh my God! But I feel good for her. I hope she does well, and I think it's good that she's confident in this.
Yeah. But what I want to focus on this week is a story all the way from Belgium about a Belgium. About a female racing pigeon called New Kim. Don't know what happened to old Kim. Probably died. Got caught up in the blades of a aeroplane. I don't know.
Very good at racing.
But New Kim is described, and this is Sky News saying this, not me, as the Lewis Hamilton of pigeon racing. Which is weird because Lewis Hamilton drives the car. He doesn't. There's not like a tiny jockey on top of the pigeon. But anyway,
It's just
By Ferrari.
he's a really fucking fast pigeon. And bear in mind that last year he was sold at auction for 1.25 million. He's been sold this time for 1.6 million euros, equivalent 1.4 million.
He'd be a speed pigeon.
Because he's a speed pigeon. But the
pigeon.
I was literally going to say, is there a guy called Dick Dastardly chasing after him?
but basically, it was an inflated bidding war between two people, both from China, and they went under their own pseudonyms, which were Super Duper and Hitman. So we had Super Duper and Hitman bidding millions of pounds for new Kim.
Are you sure you just wasn't watching Cartoon Network, Joe?
Well, it fucking feels like it. But yeah, apparently everyone is interested in our pigeons, says Pascal Bodigen, head of Belgian Pigeon Federation. To be the best, it has to be your life's work. I don't know how I feel about any of that, but basically, 2 Chinese men pay a lot for a bird. That's the story. Oh, wait. There's something hot and steamy coming in from Orpington. What was your name? Long Socks. Long Socks. What have you got for us?
I've got you coming in clear, Long Socks here. My news for you today is you can now eat human steak, and scientists insists it's not cannibalistic. Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God! Finally,
thank God, so you can carry on. No, basically, a group of artists and scientists have created their own steak using human cells and put it in blood to grow your own steak. They did it as kind of like an art project, but originally it was called the Ouroboros steak, named after the serpent that eats its own tail, because obviously it's implying that you eat your own flesh. The idea is that you take scrapings from the inside of your cheek, put it in with FBS blood, which is blood that's taken from a dead calf, and it grows and formates your own human steak. You can look this up online. There are pictures of like the little products that they created for the project. Obviously, it's not a thing you can actually go out and buy in the shops or anything. But
yet,
I want 1 pound of Mrs. Donovan, please.
1 pound of your. But that's it. The idea in the future is you could take scrapings of your own human cells from inside your cheek or some other sort of place, mix them in with other things, leave it to grow, and then you'd be grating and growing your own meat. But would you eat it?
If you could eat any part of a human body, what would it be?
Well,
like the bum cheeks,
the rump,
the bum.
Yeah, but wouldn't it? It might be quite fat. I'd eat a good old pussy lip.
I think that would be that would be like eating like a cow's ear or something.
I think
same for the dog.
I think it'd be perfect consistency.
Because it's just fatty,
jerky.
isn't it? It'd be fatty.
There's a bit of skin.
Yeah, it'd be like pork crackling.
Fine, I won't eat. Fine.
How long have we left it to dry? This pussy lip has been left out to dry in the sun.
Pussy lip crackling.
Pussy lip pork. Pussy lip crackling, yeah.
Well, there's your advert.
There we go, yeah, there's one.
I've got a genuine question though. Aside from pussy lip pork crackling.
Yeah.
So obviously lab grown meat is becoming a thing. They haven't quite worked out the tick. I listened to a podcast about it, and maybe it will be a future Count Factula, but at the minute they can't quite get the fat to meat ratio. There's a whole basically all they've
and it's
made
like
is
the blood thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah, the blood. That's it, the blood, and all you've got is this white stringy stuff they can make so far, which is like
delicious
cell membranes. But say they get there, Dave, would you eat a lab grown steak?
If it's
as a vegan,
not been produced from, if nothing's had to die for it or like suffer for it, yeah, why not? Because the whole point of
one animal died for it at the beginning. That's the point of this. So the whole
FBA thing. Oh, you mean like one animal died so many years ago, and they've taken all the cells from that sort of thing?
All the cells they're using for their experiments are from this one animal's stem cells, basically.
Come on, you got to, ain't you?
I mean, it kind of comes down to that whole theory of like, would you kill one person in order to save, like, if one person was the antivirus, would you kill that one person?
It's not quite the train. Was it the train car dilemma?
Train one, yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite that because
guys,
the cow's already dead.
Do you know what my answer for the train car scenario would be?
What's that?
I would move the one person over to where the other ones are and kill them all.
So I would go on the track with all of them and then just pull my shotgun out and shoot the other guys and go past.
Yeah.
Make sure you get a full.
Or you just go along one track and then you reverse.
So who's next?
I would push the guy out of the way, the one guy, and let it kill me because I want to die. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Funky Gibbon.
Joe's been hit by a train.
Sorry, I'm getting some hot steam in my ear from Funky Gibbon.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, the pause doesn't work when you do a laugh with it.
It's because I was looking up my story at the same time. So man dressed as giant rat riding train admits it's easy to stay socially distanced. So eccentric New Yorker Jonathan Lyons purchased on subway train seats wearing a terrifying rat costume as part of his work as a performance artist, and says most people give him a wide berth.
Do they think he's a real giant, like subterranean rat?
Splinter.
Teach me, master.
So very old. A bloke who travels the New York subway dressed as a giant rat says his bizarre costume. Oh, I've already read that. It says purchased on train seats wearing a strange regalia as part of his work as a performance artist, and he says his costume is ideal for staying COVID secure. I don't have to worry about people staying 6 feet away from me. And it says a video of him went viral. It says apparently, to put it into perspective, he says he wears a mask underneath his rat costume, and sometimes he wears a face mask on his rat face as well.
What dweeb.
And
Wait. Does he wear a human face mask on his rat face?
I don't know.
He's got like a face mask of himself on top of his rat face.
He is very, very old.
So very, very old. But apparently he sometimes carries around a giant pizza slice for,
He is Splinter.
He is Splinter.
He's bringing it back for the turtles.
I will train my turtle.
And some trivia. He's in a barbershop quartet known as the Apple Boys, and he's even done a stint with Blue Man Group.
Oh,
yeah.
What babe?
I can't find that. I think he's dropped to by the look of the Zoom call, he's dropped to the depths of hell. Because it's gone very orange down there.
It's gone very orange.
I noticed that, doesn't it? Why?
It's more and more orange.
He's getting more into that rap music video as it goes on. We're at 2 minute mark now.
He's gone into sepia tones.
It's very like you turn one of the settings up all the way.
It's turned into his wallpaper. Anyway, sorry.
No, I have
Teabag, deliver us the news.
Yes, this is Teabag here. Train saved from disaster by a giant whale after crashing through barrier at the end of a track.
Is that the solution to the train car carriage problem?
Chuck a whale on
Chuck a giant whale.
A train driver's life was saved by a giant whale tail after his train crashed through the barriers at the end of a track.
Whale tail,
yeah. The train plunged through and would have ended up in the water below if the artwork hadn't broken its fall. So there's this giant whale tail that basically stopped the train. Whale tail. The carriage is now suspended 10 meters above a footpath. This was in Rotterdam. And yeah, basically the driver went, fuck this, and just kept on going.
Fuck this.
Yeet. And it would have gone into the river, but a giant whale tail artwork stopped it.
Oh, it wasn't a real whale. It was a artwork.
I thought it was a whale had come out of the sea and just slapped his tail down.
Just raises out of the water.
I thought maybe this train track was built close to the sea for some reason.
Why is there a whale in Rotterdam?
It's a sculpture made of polyester. Was made by Martin.
Well, that's a good point, actually. Was he in the fucking canals?
And placed in the water at the end of the tracks in 2002. So yeah, it's just a piece of art of a whale tail.
Whale. That's become a thing now.
Whale tail.
I mean, I'm going to say it now. I think I was the only one that got that he was doing the DuckTales thing and you turned it into a weird camp thing.
Yeah,
he was doing DuckTales and woohoo.
I like that version.
Oh, I didn't get that joke.
No, it's
just thought that me and Ash should randomly start going whale tail. Woo.
Whale tail.
Anyway, what have we got?
Just raced down the water. Well,
hey boys!
I'll save you, Mr. Train Man.
Don't you know? I'm a big old whale.
Welcome to the Gym Podcast.
Get back in there, Mr. Rotterdam.
That's what we got. What we got next?
I was just traveling through Rotterdam. I'm a big old whale.
Look at my big old whale tail.
My friend Ducktail.
Blank-O-Mattic.
Yeah, do it. Shake your bum. Shake your bum bums.
Blank-O-Mattic, it's chromatic, it's dramatic. Blank-O-Mattic, it's Blank-O-Mattic.
Okay, everyone, we are back here for another gorgeous Blank-O-Mattic. And I don't know about you, but I love buying magazines to tell me what is beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
I love it. You know, there's nothing better than looking at your self-esteem than telling you what's beautiful in magazines and the internet. So
I don't know. I don't use magazines. I just get James Blunt tells me how beautiful I am.
every morning.
Every morning I play that song.
So I don't know about you guys, but there are many beauty regimes, aren't there? There are so many different things to do.
I know. I learned that since I dyed my fucking hair. I've got to do about 1 million things to keep it blonde, apparently.
Oh, and you're beautiful, Joe.
You're
beautiful. I think one thing we need to do is use the Blank-O-Mattic to realise beauty regimes that work.
We do.
So we are going to determine the greatest beauty regimes that work.
Okay.
We need an adjective.
Scattered. Scatty.
Scatty.
Scatty. Oh,
Scatty.
good start.
Plural body part. Googly eyes.
Googly eyes.
The common body part of googly eyes.
A noun. Crumpled.
Leather biscuits.
What? Leather biscuits.
It's got in. A number.
7.
Did we have? Oh, it's whatever.
All right, let's go higher this time. We went low last time.
6,782.
17. There we go. Right, we need a liquid.
Piss.
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen.
What about apple sours? Apple sours.
Apple sours.
No, we can make up any liquid we want, right?
All right.
All right.
Nelly the elephants. Nelly the elephants.
Electric discharge.
What was the elephant that painted grey?
Elephant.
Nelly the elephant's electric discharge.
Fucking hell. You always make me right so much.
Good.
Nelly the elephant, electric discharge.
Yeah, there you go.
The movie.
Part 2.
Right, we need another plural body part.
Tits.
Knobbly knees.
Just tits. Just fucking tits. I like
But
that.
just tits.
Just
Put it in capital so you shout it.
No,
tits.
all right. What about juicy knockers?
Lovely melons.
A lovely pair of juicy knockers.
Lovely juicy knockers.
You beauty.
You beauty.
You beauty.
Can I see?
Right, we need a substance.
Substance. Caterpillar cum.
Magnesium strips.
Caterpillar cum.
A magnesium strip.
Imagine how you'd farm caterpillar cum.
What we do is we get the caterpillars up one end and then just gently squeeze them in a downward motion and then extract the cum.
Microscopic tweezers.
Yes, with a little jar to collect it in at the bottom.
So smooth.
Another plural body part.
What's sake? Knobbly knees. I don't know.
Inaki knees.
What about
Double peg legs.
Double peg leg Steve. That's not a body part.
Just
Double peg leg Steve.
Shape: triangular, circular, rectangular.
Hexagon.
Dodecahedron.
we did that before, didn't we?
Dodecahedron.
Dodecahedron.
Dodecagon.
What about basic bitch
2D version
square?
of
Basic bitch square.
A mine.
that.
I'm just gonna put square.
A squiggle.
Squiggle.
A squazzle.
I'm gonna put squiggle. A number.
69.
We haven't had a 69.
Oh, wait. What's better than a 69?
A 96.
An 88, because you get 8 twice.
We need a liquid.
Liquid shit.
Liquid dirty.
Barry's residue. I don't know.
What?
Pasteurized pooling.
Ultra heated.
Barry Manilow's
mum's milk.
bathwater.
Barry Manilow's.
He's looking at you, kid.
I don't think you said that.
That's not Barry Manilow.
Who is that?
Oh yeah, you know Barry Manilow and that song. Here's looking at you, kid.
Who famously said that? But didn't?
I don't know. Some old gangster man, not Barry Manilow.
I don't know. I like Barry Manilow. What do you want?
He's from Casablanca.
Oh right. Who was the guy in Casablanca?
Not Barry
Manilow.
I don't know. Dude, if only old facty guy told me.
Right, we need a verb.
Oh, I don't know. Shoving.
Oh,
Shoving.
Shove it. Oh Christ.
Adjective ends in ER.
Humphrey Bogart was in Casablanca.
Humphrey Bogart.
Sorry, say that again.
Adjective ends in ER. Molester.
Puncher. Fingerer.
Brazier, itchier,
Yeah, itchy
Yeah.
might be good.
cilia.
I like itchier. Another plural body part.
Oh Christ! The softest of
Plumpy
eyelashes.
The softest toes.
The softest toes. She's got the softest toes in the world.
We need another substance.
Oh Christ!
Gloopy
Gloopy granules of Granny's guts. I don't know.
gravy guts.
I like gloopy granules. Gloopy granules.
Gravy granules.
Gloopy gravy granny granules. Gloopy gravy granny granule. Oh, that's a hard one to say.
Gloopy granules of my broken dreams.
All right, go.
Gloopy granules of
I've got these gloopy granules.
possum.
Gooseberry jam.
Wagon wheels.
Some wagon wheels.
Wagon wheel biscuits.
Wagon wheel biscuits.
Gloopy granules of wagon wheel biscuits.
Wagon wheel wishes.
Christ.
Gloopy granules of wagon wheel wishes.
Type of beverage. Hobo hooch.
Sex broth.
I like hobo hooch. Go hobo hooch.
Body part, just singular.
Electric bum cheek.
Got electric.
Ken. What about plumpy armpit?
Clumpy armpit.
Clumpy. I thought you said coffee armpit.
Coffee armpit.
William's Wicked Willy.
Williams Fish Wellingtons.
I like William's Wicked Willy.
For God's sake. Let's have one, Joe. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I've stayed relatively quiet. I think you're fine.
Noun.
Everyone.
Ash. We need a noun.
No, it's all right, go on. If you think,
No?
think of one. No, that's the. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Give me 2 seconds.
Jazzy jumpers.
I mean, no, we need sad jumpers. Anti-Christmas jumpers.
Anti-Christmas jumpers. I mean, that's quite happy.
Is that what you've decided on? Anti-Christmas jumpers?
No, like something similar like that.
Sad slippers.
I don't know.
Sad slippers. All right, we need a type of beverage. Something martini.
Crystallized soup. Carbonated soup.
What about? Did you say
Solidified soup.
We need a type of beverage.
Type of beverage. What about
Mildew martini.
Ooh.
oh,
Right. Going by that reaction, I'm going by mildew martini. Right, we need another adjective. Makeshift.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Right, adjective ends in ER.
Greasier.
Greasier. We can't hear you, Dave.
Wetter.
We could just keep it simple and go wetter.
Wetter than an osse's pocket.
Oh,
Right.
grim.
We need a verb.
Zip.
Zip, zap, zoo.
Zip, zang, and ziz.
Flashed. Flash.
What is this about again?
Zip and flash.
Makeup.
Yeah.
Makeup, was it?
Oh, we'll do zip
Getting
and
ready.
flash.
What about mash? Like mash some makeup onto your face.
Mash that makeup up.
Zip, flash, and mash.
Lovely.
We need a food.
Satsumas.
What about seductive satsumas?
All right, seductive satsumas. Seductive.
I don't like the way these satsumas are looking at me.
Excuse me.
Whale tail. We need a number. 29.
Yep.
Yep. Good.
Yep.
Dave, this one's for you. We need a colour.
John Major Orange.
John Major.
Oh, good old John
The
Major.
most boring face of
Made
politics.
that
You're gonna have to do loads of research on like politicians' names. Just right. We need a body part.
Oh, God. Another one.
Yeah. I mean, this is about doing like your best.
Oh, true, yeah.
Beautiful cleft.
Belly button.
Oh.
Belly button bum.
I like beautiful cleft.
That's the name of my new band.
every episode, you have a new band name.
Beautiful cleft is
He's
this
in
week's one.
so many bands.
Next album
Yeah.
from his
So
previous
many
band.
bands.
Noun.
Well tell.
Whale tail.
Whale tail.
Whale tail.
In brackets.
To the tune of DuckTales.
Okay. Another plural body part.
Christ alive. I'm guessing if it's makeup, let's stick to the face,
What about-
I guess.
Eyeballs.
Achilles
Bulbous.
heels.
We've done eyeballs. What did you say?
Oh.
Achilles heels.
Let's stick to the face. Achilles heel.
Achilles heel.
What about teeth? I feel like teeth are going to be, that would
Yeah,
be weird to put
yeah.
makeup on. Milky,
What about
milky
what
teeth.
What about
Just teeth. Just do teeth. Because that's bound to be a bit weird.
Chumpy
creepy
teeth.
canines?
Creepy canines.
Let's do the face. Ankles and canines.
Canines in his teeth?
Oh, all right, yeah. I think
Still in their mouth.
Another number, 34. Days, years, hours, seconds. Choose one.
seconds.
Seconds.
Yeah.
Right, we
34
need
seconds.
We need two different adjectives ending in er.
Why are they ER?
Flakier.
Splattered.
Flakier.
Splattered does not end ends with ED.
Oh, yeah. Splatterer.
Flakier and
Plumper.
Yeah. Clumper or plumper?
I said plumper, but if you want to put clumper.
I like clumper. Clumper.
She's all right, old clumper.
Put a nice bit of clumper on.
Have you checked out? Have you seen Janet lately? She's a right old clumper.
You got all the bloody clumpers she does.
That's a great insult. You clumper.
Look at you, you clumper.
A body part.
Fucking hell.
Pubes.
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 Pubes. Just pubes. Say no more. Pubes brackets, say no more.
I'll just write pubes.
No more.
Say no more.
Another number, 58. Food.
Milk. Steak.
Steak.
Moroccan
Jelly bean goulash.
And Matt will be making that next week.
Yeah. Get that in the slow cooker.
Along with your brisket.
You wait. You fucking don't you fucking dare me.
This will be the day. This will be the day when like, do you remember all that time ago when we joked Matt to make a jelly bean goulash and now he's a head chef at the fucking Italian restaurant?
Jelabon goulash.
Yeah.
In
Bonbon goulash.
Bon goulash.
That's fucking amazing, that is.
Okay, we need an inside body part. Lung, bladder, kidney.
What's the one that fucks up that's down here?
Appendix.
Appendix. There you go. Done. Get out of it.
Dangly bit at the back of your mouth. Dangly bit at the back of your throat. Last night's semen sitting at the bottom of your stomach.
Aggressive appendix.
Yeah, aggressive appendix.
Alan the aggressive appendix.
Alan.
That was got a name.
An aggressive
all called Alan.
He's so aggressive, that appendix. What one? Alan.
Oh, fuck, Alan.
Not him. Alan. Alan. Oh, God. He's miserable, that Alan. Alan the aggressive.
Plural food.
Sorry?
Plural food.
Pink wafers.
Marshmallows.
Delicious pink wafers.
I've written pink wafers. A number 43. Liquid.
God,
Last night's pizza coming out of my anus.
Anus sweat.
Anus sweat. A bead of anus. A bead of bum sweat.
One single sweaty anus.
Bead of bum sweat.
Anus droplet.
Anus droplet.
Okay, anus droplet.
That's the name of my new
grows from
anus droplet.
And every song's about a minute and a half long.
Day or night?
Night.
Night.
It was the night time, baby.
We need an animal.
I got
Go on, Joe.
Oh, fucking hell.
A homunculus hedgehog.
A wheelie panda.
What?
Disabled
panda.
Disabled wheelie panda.
Oh, don't make him disabled. I just imagined he had a roller skates
A
on.
wheelie peely panda.
So you've been up north.
Wheelie peely panda.
A wheelie peely panda.
A wheelie peely panda.
An ATAR pet panda.
An earthworm with an attitude.
Earthworm Jim. That's Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
5 earthworms with attitude.
Earthworm Jim.
Right. Outside object. Tree, mountain, house.
Dog.
Hammer of Thor.
The Moors murders.
A really shit postbox.
I like postbox.
A cool hat stand.
Postbox full of poo.
Cool hat stand.
Why would you have a hat stand outside?
For your hat. For your outside hat.
Oh, for your outside hat. So you can put it on wet and cold already. My outside hat. There we go. It's soaking wet.
I like the simplicity of it. Cool hat stand. And we need a body part.
Oh, fuck me.
This is the last one.
Your thigh.
An innie belly button.
Every episode, you are determined.
You're obsessed with belly buttons, mate.
Right, I'm going to put
a belly button in.
I'm going to put it in.
Poor old Beth and her belly button's been sucked to death.
Sucked to death. It's now an outie.
It's Red Raw.
It was an innie, and now it's an outie.
She's got a Red Raw belly button. Get some ointment on that.
Belly button Red Raw. Oh, this is what that belly
Oh,
button.
God, he's hot.
Okay.
He's thinking about her belly button.
I'm just in general.
Everyone take a sip.
Oh, Ash needs a sip and a half. Belly buttons. Oh, yeah.
It's whatever music you're going to put here.
Yeah.
Belly button music.
Knows, mate. Fuck knows.
Okay, are we ready?
No.
Beauty regimes that work. So all those on Tin and Gin, we want you to test these out. I've tested out many beauty ingredients, and let me show you what works. For scatty skin, especially on your googly eyes, grab a leather biscuit and soak it for 17 minutes in cold Nelly the Elephant's electric discharge. During that time, wash your juicy knockers with caterpillar cum.
Yeah.
You need a lot of caterpillar cum for that.
Apply the wet leather biscuit to your double peg legs and work it in a squiggle motion for at least 69 minutes. Immediately apply Barry Manilow's bathwater. Best to do this before you shoving.
Oh, right, before you shove.
Before you shove. For itchier, hairless, the softest toes, we'll want to moisturize them considerably with either thick, gloopy granules of wagon wheel biscuit or hobo hooch. Wrap your Williams Wicked Willy in a towel. And pat dry with sad slippers, which help to soak up any mildew martini.
Just a side note. Next time you see your girlfriend or whatever, just pull out your willy and go, it's short for William.
Repeat this daily until you see a makeshift glow. For wetter, thicker hair that doesn't zip, flash, and mash, buy some seductive Satsumas and mix it with 29 cups of brown sugar. 29 cups.
A lot of sugar.
So just there's a massive fucking bucket of sugar and then 2 Satsumas sitting on the top of it. Well, I guess I'll put this on my head.
Just cover yourself in sugar and a little bit of Satsuma juice.
Yeah.
It should turn John Major orange.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what happens with 2 Satsumas.
Gently apply this to your beautiful cleft and use a whale tail to straighten each strand.
Put it on your beautiful cleft.
I'm going to repeat that again, and I need you all to join in here. Gently apply this to your beautiful cleft and use a whale tail to straighten each strand. Work your creepy canines through your hair until the dryness has vanished. In 34 seconds, you will notice flakier, clumper hair.
That's just what I want. Flakier, clumper hair.
Whatever.
Wow, your hair looks like it's falling out. Yes, it's flakier and clumper.
Oh, you've noticed.
What we were looking for was clumpier, but somehow we ended up on clumper.
That's why, Janice, your hair is looking rather clumper, my dear.
Oh, Matt, your hair is looking well clumps.
The perfect clump in your hair today.
Oh, mate, you look at. Oh, check out all clumps over here.
Clumpy hair boy.
For flatter pubes, or even just to lose. Hey guys, have you ever dreamt of one day having flatter pubes?
I hate how non-flat my pubes are.
I'm walking around with literally a fucking bush.
Someone somewhere has tried to straighten their pubes, right? There's definitely someone out there.
What? So
I mean, I don't have any, so.
Well, no, but
because I'm 13 downstairs.
Yay!
Right, for flatter pubes, or even just to lose up to 58 pounds.
Oh,
you know, just casually lose 58
if you flatten your
pounds.
pubes, you lose whole.
You can either have flatter pubes or lose 58 pounds. Choice is yours.
The money or the weight. That's the
but they
question.
want both.
Guys, just to lose 58 pounds, all you got to do is mix some white vinegar with Moroccan jelly bean goulash
Oh yeah.
and eat this on an empty Alan the Aggressive appendix 3 times per day. Eat plenty of raw pink wafers.
Instead of the cooked ones.
So, wait, you're... Go on.
And drink no more than 43 glasses of pure anus droplet a night.
So you're telling me I can lose 53 pounds if I eat 58 pounds if I eat nothing but wafers and jelly bean goulash
and raw anus drop.
Yeah.
Raw anus drops.
43 glasses of pure anus.
That's probably well, no, because if it's a droplet, it probably won't even be a third of a glass.
Either way, that's one. That's, you know, more than one droplet's enough for me. Come on. Take your earthworm with an attitude for a jog, or simply
Come on.
Right.
Come on.
come on. Why don't you want to run? You got such an attitude.
You never want to fucking run anymore.
You always give me all that crap, Mr. Worm.
Say you haven't got any legs.
Take your earthworm with an attitude for a jog, or simply run around the cool hat stand every morning. Take off a couple of extra inches around your innie belly button.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you enjoy these tips to a whole new you.
Well, I feel like I'm going to go out and make a positive change tomorrow for my better.
I know what I'm going to. The first thing I need to do is make sure my earthworm isn't pissed off, so I can run around that cool hat stand.
I want to see that cool hat
I'm
stand.
going to drain my anus tomorrow.
Make sure you send me the juice.
I'll share. Don't worry. I wonder if I better get in contact with Barry Manilow as well.
I would very much like to suckle upon your anus juice.
Barry Manilow and his film career. Here's looking at you, kid.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Right, thank you very much for listening to Sin and Jim podcast. You are beautiful. If you've got any queries, questions, nude pictures, or pictures of your cat, please send it to sinandginpodcast@gmail.com. We are Sin and Jim Podcast. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Ta-ta, unfair you will.
Bye.
Oh.